Sarah.
All right. How old are you, Sarah?
I just turned 25 actually.
Okay. What do you have for me on the topic?
Well, based off the title, I just kind of wanted to give in my 2 cents in my experience. I actually waited and had my man wait 8 months. And I mean, everything worked out really well. And I consider him a high value man. And I consider myself a high valued woman. Okay. And I just think it depends on the situation and what you have to offer. I was a virgin at the time and he was as well.
Are you guys married?
We are not, but hope to be engaged soon. I actually just went ring shopping, but I just think it depends on like what you have to offer and what he has to offer. It's kind of like
how old is your man?
He is 20. He's about to turn 28.
Okay. So in the way I define high value man, he cannot be, because it requires earning $10,000 a month for a minimum of about 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, he's just started on that path.
Plus, you have to have a network of other high value men and other people. You must have you must be LinkedIn level as far as your visibility. You must be acknowledged by other high value men as a peer or a potential peer, and be useful to others in the group. So that's why I think high value is so. A lot of people think of high value differently. But here's the thing. How long have you been with your man?
2 years, almost.
So what's the holdup on getting married?
I think we were just, I don't know. We were talking about it, and it's just getting the right ring. And LA is very expensive, and we want a nice place, and we want to buy. So it's just him kind of figuring out.
What did your dad say?
He wants us to get married. He's ready.
Well, yeah, because honestly, I try to tread tenderly, but when women come in and do what you say, I don't know what you're trying to communicate to other women. Because when you come in and tell women that kind of stuff, you leave hope for something that's infinitesimally small.
I mean, I think it depends. I feel like
no, it doesn't.
If women have something good to give,
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Ma'am, in LA, how many women are still virgins?
Oh, like slim to none.
So what you're saying is an example that is infinitesimally small. But women don't hear it that way. They hear Sarah come in and say, well, look, it worked for her. And you give hope when you should be giving cure. Because honestly, ma'am, you're not married yet.
No, not yet.
So you gave your virginity before you got a commitment. And you cannot tell me it's because of something as flimsy as a ring and wanting to buy a house. You could carry your ass down to the LA courthouse. That's why your father is like, what are you doing? So even in your situation, it's problematic.
Where is it problematic?
Well, why did you say I waited to be a virgin? Okay. But you gave your virginity, something that you waited for, to a man that was not legally committed to you.
I think it was a mutual agreement. Yeah, I see what you mean. But I think it was a
But that's the point, ma'am. So if he came in, let's just say I used the reality stone and I changed him around. What if tomorrow he came in and said, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore, I'm out.
Oh my gosh, that'd be sad.
Well, but that's the thing, because you have no commitment.
I see.
So I understand your intent maybe to tell women, it all depends, but it really doesn't. You're still out here playing. Today, you appear to be winning in this situation, but you still don't have a firm legal commitment. And there's absolutely no reason to not be married to somebody you've been with for 2 years, and say that I'm waiting because of a ring.
Gotcha.
But the issue is, this should be on him to do that. Does your father like him?
That's true, yeah.
Does your father like him?
Oh, they all love him, yeah. and he's talked about it more than I have.
Well,
I always kind of make them decide. I don't like to push anyone into anything. So he's been bringing up like the ring and like
all of that.
He's
talked about marriage more than you have?
Yeah, he has. Recently he was talking about like homes and like moving in and the ring and like all of that.
So why is losing your virginity not as big a commitment as getting married? I'm curious.
I think I think it was just a mutual agreement on that part. And I think the whole marriage part has also something to do with my culture, where it's like I can't sleep over or anything with him or like live with him until I'm married. I think it has to do with...
This is making no sense, ma'am. You gave up your virginity. And you're going to tell me you can't legally
agreement on that we were going to, more like a trust in each other.
No, you can't overtalk me. So I say, this makes no sense. Telling me it's cultural. I mean, this makes no sense. Culturally, women are supposed to get married before they give up their virginity.
That's true.
So basically, what you're saying is, I can't spend the night at your house, and I can't live with you, but you can have sex with me. You know what that sounds like? I'm gonna take it away from you because it's so personal, okay? And I don't want to do this to you because you seem like a pretty lovely woman, and I really hope you and your man go ahead and get married and get this formalized, because this is not a good look. But this sounds as crazy. This sounds like when I'm dealing with women who are from Utah, like Mormons. We talk about they want to be virgins until they're married, right?
Yeah.
But they're still having oral relations, and in some cases, anal relations. But they have not been penetrated. Their hymen is still intact, and they still call themselves virgins. They are not.
Gotcha.
So when women like yourself come in and give this advice, it's chaotic. It makes no sense. So
got it. Because it's very slim and rare, so it's not really advice to the majority.
Sounds like your man loves you more than you love him, because most women are rushing to get married, rushing down the aisle.
I love him.
Well, then go to the Justice of the Peace tomorrow. File and get it done.
Get it done.
Yeah, this makes no sense. Wow, really? There we go. Whatever you just did right there. Let's do it. What do you got for me?
I was just wondering, like, since you're talking about, are you worth the wait?
First off, how old are you?
I just turned 34.
All right, go ahead.
I was just wondering, like, what advice you have for women who are actively searching as far as how long to wait, because, we all have a concern about our body count as well. And, I don't know what is more important to a man at this point, like, because, times have changed. And
there's one very simple rule. Do not accept a date with a man that you cannot see yourself having sex with. Don't accept his date. Don't accept his attention. Don't accept his DMs. Don't accept his phone calls. Don't accept his text messages. Don't accept his emails. Don't deal with a man you can't see doing the rumpy bumpy with. See, that cuts out a large amount of these men. Because if you go on a date with a man, we are thinking sex. We're thinking time, money, resource, investment. We want a payback. We're looking to see whether or not we want to deal with you after we sleep with you, but we've already decided we want to sleep with you. After the first date, you decide whether or not I will have sex with him. Then you go on the second date. But see, at least that way, he knows you're attracted enough to have sex with him, and you're considering it, and he can feel like his investment is safe. So what's the holdup of having sex with a man you find that you've vetted well enough to know he's the kind of man you want to have sex with and would have sex with? What's the holdup in having sex with him?
I think for me, like, I was kind of like, I grew up like kind of being told that, you have to value your body and, make sure that you're giving it to the right man, based on love more than anything
no
else.
No love. No, I just gave you the right man, a man that you're attracted to, that you
Mhm.
vetted, that you would have sex with, that you find attractive enough to have sex with, and you would have sex with. What's the problem with going ahead and going through with it at that point? So what you're telling me about is the men who don't qualify. I'm talking about the men who do.
Okay. I think sometimes for me, it's more of a mental thing about what I like to make sure that I'm kind of getting his undivided attention first. I think for me,
well, you don't
because
see why do you again?
Mm.
Why do you need his undivided attention and he can't get your undivided ass?
I'm saying to get the undivided ass.
No. See what you're saying. What I see, Rhonda, what you're still doing is you're still giving me men that don't work, men that don't fit. I'm saying at 34 years old, you should know what does not fit you. I'm assuming I'm talking to a competent adult.
This is true.
I'm assuming you know how to do your homework. And
yes.
There's no reason to be entertaining a man that is not on par with what you want, need, or expect. Now you go out on a date to see if there's any chemistry. If there's chemistry and attraction, and he's already passed the background vetting checks, let's get to it. But see, what you're saying is you want his undivided attention. You want him to invest even more time, attention, and resources. Again, see how unbalanced that's becoming? What are you investing? Men value our time, money, and resources. Time, money, resources, and attention. We value that as much as you value your body. But you want the man to invest more of his time, resources, and attention to get the payoff in body. And the body is an equal exchange. It's an equal exchange, man. Is it not? He's having sex with you, you're having sex with him. You can't have orgasms, right? Yes, right. Multiple women are built that way. So it's not as though he's just getting something from you. The world you're talking about was when women were dating one man at a time and were still virgins.
Well, I guess that's gonna, that's probably gonna be my issue. Because I do date one guy at a time. I mean, I think that, and I feel like people should kind of not have multiple sexual partners at one time. I know that's old fashioned.
Well, I mean, so, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's fine. But
so that's what I mean by undivided attention. I mean, I would want to know solid, like if I had to put a timestamp on it, like solid, I would want a man not to have sex with another woman at least 2 weeks before I had sex with him. Just so
those are things and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Oh, that's great.
Mapping out rules for sexual, not purity, but just safety concerns, levels and partners of monogamy, that's reasonable. But I'm assuming that you're using contraceptive condoms, but the concerns you're talking about, seeing one person at a time, when is it going to get to the point to where you got a husband so these concerns aren't there? See, that's what alleviates all these concerns, a husband. One man. When does that happen? Uh-oh.
I mean, hopefully soon, but I'm recently coming back onto the market. So
are you divorced?
Yes, I am. I'm divorced, unfortunately.
Any children?
But excuse me?
Any children?
I do have one son from the marriage.
Okay. Well, it's different when you're a divorcee and a child. You're a single mother, it's different. And all I'm saying is, a lot of the concerns women have about waiting and sexual partners is because we're still trying to make men move as if a man is committed to a woman in an open dating market. Cannot happen. And the way to make sure you got undivided attention and all that other stuff is to get out of the dating market. Be found by your husband and then stay in your marriage. Because out here in the dating market is blood sport. I'm not going to go into why you got divorced and all that other stuff, but see, Big Mama stayed with Big Daddy for a reason. And when you decide to jump back out here, I think we need to make being a married person look better than being a single person. So women decide to stay in their marriages, because when you jump back out here, you're just gonna be, because honestly, men don't value women with age and youth as much as they did in their youth. That's just not the case. And I think when more women start realizing that you're not going to get the deal in your 30s that you got in your 20s, but that's not really communicated to women. So, all right, I hope I answered your question, though.
Yeah, sounds
Appreciate
good.
it. Have a good night, man.
You too.
Yeah, see, single mothers are, it's different.